Okay, so I'm gonna start this one. This is take 4. Okay, so this is my first time doing voiceovers, so I'm not that good at this, but this is the first skin for Huevember. It's Spider Silk. I named it that because it had some clear Halloweeny vibes to it. It made me think of spiders. I put a spider on the shirt, etc., etc. Um, I split the original palette into two parts. The major pinkish part and the major purplish part. Um, I had some bits of it that went in between them, which I use for the shorts, but I really regret that in the long term because it kind of ends up blending weird with the rest of it. Also, I don't usually do shorts that are higher than the torso. This is my first time doing that, so actually, I don't know if I've done it before, but I'm pretty sure it's the first time. Oh, as you just see, I did the ears. Originally, I wasn't planning on doing ears for this one. I wanted to do just simple darkness skin, but I went against that. The skin color is a little bit odd. There's a lot of contrast in this one, but overall I think it turned out pretty decent. As you can see, that's me putting in the final thing because I decided every day I wanted to have the original palette right up there so I can look at it and say, huh, does this reflect the palette well? Because that's something I'm really working on. Got to keep that palette in check, I guess. So right now we're about to finish up with this one. As you can see, now we're moving on to the second one. This one, I knew I was gonna do something with like a raincoat or something originally. I ended up going like I knew I wanted a hat on this one. Yeah, it just has a cute little hat. It was gonna have a raincoat originally, but I ended up going against it. Got tiny little closed eyes. I forgot what I called it. I think I called it Sleepy. It's got green skin tone, which is a bit odd, but I really just took the palette and I changed it up a little bit. By which I mean I made the middle color a little bit more green and lighter for the skin tone, but I did use every color in the original palette for all of these. I tried to go for a little bit of a more simplistic approach when shading these skins. It's just a little bit easier. I really like doing the curves on the sleeves and stuff for these kind of skins. It really just shows how droopy the clothes are. Got like a little trick I did with the shading where I made it look like there's more of layering without using the layers, just by using darker shades along the center torso part for the robe. I made a nice little blend right here, as you can see, where I was able to blend the darkness back into the color that I was going to use for his pants. I think that one turned out pretty nicely. We're coming up to the end of this one too pretty soon. Gave him a little bracelet on one hand. I don't remember if I did it on the other, but I do not believe I did. This one was I like this skin. It looks pretty decent. It's a little cute. Wearing little sandals. He's just like sleepy. Like he got out of bed. He's like, I have a nightmare. Can I go back to bed, please? And like, I don't really know too much. I'm sorry. I'm not too good at commentary or voiceover and stuff. Um, Colors on this one I really liked. Now for the third one, I did this astronaut guy. Originally, I was thinking of doing a television head guy with a tuxedo, but that quickly changed when I saw the helmet and I was like, yeah, that's gonna look nice as a space guy. Added a little ribbon around. Don't know why I did that. It was kind of a dumb idea, but it added more color to the head. As you can see here, I'm trying to make a design for the spacesuit. I wanted to have the number 3 on it because it's day 3. Oh, how original. But yeah, I did a lot of contrasty stuff here. A friend of mine would call it eye burn. Nah, he wouldn't. This isn't eye burn, but it's got a lot of bright colors mixing with darker colors with very little in between colors for that. I did that to show just like there are a lot of angles in his suit it's supposed to look like. It's supposed to look like the lighter colors is more of a bump. He's got a little jetpack on, got a little space helmet with some little things on the shoulders to show that it's connected, kind of like those little old diver masks, if you know what those were. Yeah, I had a lot of fun with this one. The coloring overall, I really love the palette, which is funny because it's really not one of my best ones, but just the way the colors turn out, it just looks like all those kinds of skins that I really love. So we're coming up to the end of this one. Oh, this one is called Fission. Inspired because fission is something that happens in science, and I was like, yeah, that's a good name. His boots, I really like them. They reminded me of the Smash logo a little bit, but it wasn't intentional at first. It was more so I wanted to make boots that looked good. Oh, here we are. Today's. This one was Waterfall, I think. Originally, if you can see here, I just wanted to make something similar to skin I've seen before, just like a rock being with some grass on his head and like a little waterfall. As you can see there, I was gonna go for a little bit of a river, like a lake on his head, but I quickly said no to that. I made a little scarf. I really wanted a rocky texture for the body of this guy. It was meant to be some sort of water golem thing. Yeah, I went for a very rough texture on this one. Didn't really know. Then I gave it glasses, and I was like, you know what? This should be a teen skin. So I went redid the hair. I didn't make it go fully down, which is weird because I almost never do that. Actually, I don't think I do that. Um, here you can see. Originally, I was like, huh, what if I did plaid? And I was like, wait, that doesn't fit because he's not wearing anything. He's a golem with a little scarf on. So then I went back, I made a little rocky arm number 1. Then I went back to the other arm, made a rocky arm number 2. Very similar, just actually not really. The first one had way more order to it than this one, but I did these quite quick. I'm actually doing quite good on this one, by the way. I really like how the hair turned out. I'm usually, when it comes to for the bangs, I'm not that good at it. I've got this little waterfall off his shoulder, his left shoulder, and it goes into a little armband, and then I was like, you know what would be cool? If the water, like there were these little cracks that water flowed through, and for his feet he just like had a little flood or something. So I did that. I liked it. So here you can see I made it kind of look like it's coming out of cracks and stuff, and I think that is about all the time we have. So I will be seeing you next time. Have a great time.